Okay. We open Sekiro when we send it.
Scotty 445 was first.
Oh, Scotty, easy first. And my Twitch chat works again. Hooray! Yo, what up, Inori? What up, Azuri Kitsune? What up, Yathlon? Yo. Okie dokie. Let's just send a run and see if I remember all of it. It's a double stream. How was Deathlink practice? The Deathlink was funny. The Deathlink was funny, but does add a level of stress. And then when I also had one of the most BS runs I've ever had, where stuff that just doesn't go wrong was killing me with nothing that I could do, it was a little annoying. And like, that does just happen sometimes. Elden Ring just is not a consistent speedrun game. But when it was happening with the Deathlink on, it was a little bit extra annoying. It was like, oh man. Getting Deathlinked from other people, though, was kind of funny. But I would say overall it went pretty well. As in, it went horribly wrong. And we still came in at around our estimate. So we're still feeling pretty good about, like, yes, even if Deathlink is turned on, it was still no problem. We'll be with Deathlink at the Hotfix. That's up to us and up to Jiggy. We could ask him if he wants it. But Aggie was saying he would rather not do it at the Hotfix and save it for the real SGDQ for showing it off. Which I kind of agree with. I think that kind of sounds cool to... The Hotfix is like, okay, here's it kind of in its most basic form, and if you want to see the extra form with the Deathlink, you better donate at SGDQ. Donation goal for Deathlink would be a good one. That's what it is. That is exactly what it is. At SGDQ, there will be a donation incentive to turn on Deathlink, and if that gets turned on, that'll be pretty great. Yeah. Mitch shaky. An actual emote? All I get to see is the words. Oh, second try ogre skip is solid. Also, yes, it's an emote. Oh no. I don't even remember shaking anything. Oh, it's Mitchja, oh, it's not even me shaking. It's Mitchja. Oh, okay, that's good. I was like, oh no, what did they clip this time?
Hello there, Mitch. Can't
Hello.
stick around for stream, but I was just curious if you saw the new trailer for the Sekiro anime and what you thought.
I have not seen it. It got linked. Oh, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it because I can watch it on stream. Also, I just hit Double Canyon. You know, no big deal. Just hit a little Double Canyon. We just hit a little double canyon on the first try without practice. Just hit a little first try. Casually. He's not washed. Might actually be him. Perhaps.
Good luck, Mitch.
Yo, thank you for the good luck. Always double check that he's gonna fall. Right. All right. Yo, thanks for the good luck. Fun RNG at its finest. I mean, that was good RNG. That worked. I just for a marathon setting, I'm not just gonna send it and hope that he falls off. I'm just gonna make sure. I might even, for no reason, show off Gyobu flying, because it is pretty funny when he flies. JP's list got nuked. The world is in anarchy. It'll never recover. Oh, miss. Try again.
Carboomkin _ redeemed a coin flip and chooses tails.
Ah, here we go again. I mean, luckily you selected tails, which never fails, so... Do a repeat the Wormdog Monk incident? The Wormdog Monk incident. Oh, that's not... Oh, that's... I could not get it to target the right thing. Okay, good recovery. And duplicate those memories. So who flips the coin? A robot. Failed the True Monk Phase 1 death blow for 5 minutes GDQ. You were the commentator too? Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I did not commentate that. I would definitely remember that. Also, we don't have to do True Monk Phase 1. Was it this category? Was it all memories unrestricted? If so, I guess it must have been pretty recent. Oh, I forgot to equip Akko. So I'll just do that now. Oh, the literal only time he could shoot and I'd have to dodge it. Go back, have a good dinner? Yeah. Ah. Oh, I forgot to do the hit the corner thing. All bosses, mini bosses in September last year. Yeah, I didn't commentate. Ah.
The result is Tails.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Tails never fails. Easy. Yeah, I was a little too far right. Yeah, that one would have made it, but it was too late. Okay. We're still fine. If I got hit again, I would have just had to do the slightly slower, you know, health setup. Okay, that should 100% be an 86 health. That was a weird Snake Eyes. She did not go for the grab that she almost always does pretty much right at the start. Never saw the Gamba? That's unfortunate. We could have had free money for betting on tails. All right. Prep the contact medicine. Because after Miss Noble, we gotta use it. We could also practice GDQ commentary. I could... Oh, I forgot to... good enough. That works. I could try to explain some of what's going on. Not all of it, because this category is really hard to explain, but that is a thing I could try. Maybe next time. Maybe next run number 2. Maybe we try to practice talking through all the stuff.
Mitch. Hope you're doing fantastic today. Have fun with practice. Praying gesture emoji. Sun emoji.
Oh, thank you, Oikawa. Let me grab our safety idol. Stepped in chat right in time for the hardest trick. Yep, here we are. At the hardest trick. Stand approximately there. And we'll send it and see. Beautiful. Gotta be a little careful though. I didn't end up at a spot that I could dive. But found a spot where I can dive, and there we go. Yippee! Let's keep that at the lower right corner.
A regional burger chain has a slightly broken sign. Then in and out is out.
Yes, I see. The N in and out is out. Was the hotfix taking place? Tomorrow at 4 Eastern is when the Sekiro run will start, and then immediately after that is the all bosses 4 players. That was quite nice. Okay, now the second air swim. We're back-to-back air swimming. How did that not make it? An In-N-Out location just opened not far from you. It's the talk of the town. Ah, have you been yet? In-N-Out's pretty good. Haven't had one in Portland area for very long, so people are feral. How are these not making it? I would say that In-N-Out is... I like it as much as like a Five Guys, and it's a lot cheaper than Five Guys. And I like it obviously more than something like a McDonald's. And it does cost more than McDonald's, but not as much as Five Guys, so it's a good... It's a pretty good medium. As far as just, you know, fast food, pretty cheap burgers go. It's got a pretty good quality to price ratio. You like Dick's? Dick's is pretty good. You also like Dick's. This is known. You're gonna speedrun Sekiro GDQ. A GDQ Hotfix, which is their daily shows that they do. I'll be doing a Sekiro run on a Souls edition of a GDQ Hotfix. I don't remember the proper jump up there. Oh, that was early. I didn't think he would connect with the wall that early. I pressed the jump early. That was kind of on purpose, but I didn't think I was far enough right that I would connect that early to the wall. Yeah, too early again. Okay. Yep. I need to actually time it, not fake time it. There we go. That's how you do it. Another thing to remember that I had forgore from times past. Yo, morning. Doing all right today. I've only known to be in Cali. Hope they expand more north. Yeah. Same. Is there a scheduled command for it? Exclamation hotfix probably tells about a previous hotfix we did. That could probably be amended by a mod to say the current hotfix. Classic. The one that doesn't spawn. Classic. How's the all bosses run going? Well, this is all memories. Not quite the same as all bosses. Especially because it's glitched, so we're not even killing all the bosses. Works for me. What memories can't you skip? I don't know if it's technically possible to skip Dragon, but we have to do Dragon anyway in order to change the time of day so we can do some of our dupes. I believe it is possible to dupe Genny, but faster to just kill him. Gyobu can be duped, but we need a memory to initially dupe with, so we just get Gyobus as we're running through anyway. And then I think the only way we know of to dupe Sword Saints is from after Sword Saint is dead. It's from, like, selecting New Game Plus from the idol, I think. So you have to have Sword Saint dead to get the Sword Saint memory. Unless you killed Fire Ishin, then you could go to New Game Plus from that. So you could use Fire Ishin's being killed to get Sword Saint's memory, something like that. I don't recall exactly. Holm would know better, but I don't remember all of it. The practice. Oh, the all bosses. All bosses for players. That all bosses. The Elden Ring all bosses. It's funny because we're kind of doing two kind of all bosses runs right now. The all bosses 4 players is going pretty well. Oh, that's... Okay. Nope. Yeah, I mean, I think I would have understood what you meant if we were playing Elden Ring right now, but Yeah, brain was on Sekiro. Poor fella's getting bullied. Yep. Well, that is his purpose. He is the training dummy. That didn't count? You've got to be kidding me. That did. Okay. There we go. Medicine before the wall. This is new? Newish, you know. As of a few months ago, when we figured this out. Have they actually been practicing the 4-player all bosses Elden Ring run? You mean they as in other than me? Nope. I think I'm the only one who has practiced it solo at all. I think Chris maybe did a little bit. Chris has done a lot of, like, duo practice with me. Where, you know, both of us were just going through full runs, but I don't think any of them have done true solo make saves, find better kills, see if you can... Oh, I can actually save 2 hits here if I do this way. Oh, I can actually get a guaranteed stagger off the rip if I do this. I think I'm the only person who has done like that. I think everyone else is just going with, well, I know the bosses. It's fine. Chris is busy playing Overwatch. Yep. See the news about the anime? News? I heard that there was a trailer, which I haven't watched yet, but I can watch on stream. We can watch together. That didn't work. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. I tried something. I wanted to see how much I can or can't change that. I mean, I can try. I think the run is probably just dead because of that, but I can try and see what happens. No, it worked, I think. Yeah, it worked, actually. Right? I think that's the correct one. I think it worked. We can count at the end. I don't know if I have all the memories I need. I don't know if that's the correct memory or if it duplicated the wrong memory. Basically. Nothing was crazy for that run. Aggie straight up lost 5 minutes when I died to Tree Sentinel. How, though? He had just gotten death linked from Chris, right? Like, I got deathlinked from Chris when I was fighting the Tree Sentinel. Went back to fight the Tree Sentinel. Only, like, a minute later, I died again. So how could he have lost 5 minutes? That makes no sense to me. Is the Sekiro speedrun community still very active? Pretty active, yeah. Why don't I double check my memories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12. Yeah, no, we're actually correct. We actually have the correct everything, so it did work. I thought it didn't work because I barely just touched the talk button before I died, but that was enough. So it is technically doable always, as long as you have good enough mashing. Even if you don't get the good jump. Had a steak of America on the first death, then left it and skipped the grace on the second. Oh, that's... I mean, that's his fault then, but, you know. Classic skip of the grace consequences, yep. Especially because, I mean, granted, it was me that died the second time, but Chris then also died a third time. Presumably to the same thing that killed him initially. So when Aggie got killed, was like, oh my god, I'm so lucky that there was a stake of America here. And it was Chris who couldn't tell us whether he was still in danger. Skipping the next is wild. Skipping the next grace you could get to. Skip of the grace consequences. It's not quite enough. I don't know why it's not enough. I definitely still had the Yash up, but it still was not enough. Because this should be the same as all bosses. This should be the same attack power. And I'm pretty sure in all bosses, that's a guaranteed kill. Oh, maybe not if he stalls for lightning because his posture recovers a bit. Maybe it's only if he does an instant lightning that it works. Worst part 2 is that it was the hero's grave, so we had to redo the elevator. Wait, he went into a hero's grave and didn't grab the grace inside the hero's grave, is what you're telling me? Time. That's... the tale is getting wilder. Because, I mean, I don't go into heroes' graves in the DLC. There are no heroes' graves. I go into catacombs in the DLC. I grab every catacomb grace because it's too, like, yeah. Granted, I also make sure that when I grab those catacomb graces, they're also the best times for me to level. So I will grab the grace and sit down and level at the catacombs. And I have routed it on purpose where they're at the perfect times when I want to level anyway, but still. Is Deathlink the reason why it took you all like 25 minutes extra today? Yep. That was a grave mistake. Was punished for his hubris, as is correct. Yep. Oh, I should have saved that as a PB. Oops. Just do double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. The memory. It'll just autopilot skip, but that didn't account for Deathlink. Yeah. Time is the action tomorrow? Starts at 4:15 Eastern, I think. Doubly checka. Bum. Yeah, 4:16 p.m. Eastern. Or 1:16 p.m. my time. All memories unrestricted Sekiro. With Wormdog and Holm as my commentators. Tomorrow, it's a GDQ hotfix. It's called Oops, You Died 3. I guess we could update the hotfix command. Commands, edit. Hotfix. I will be running Sekiro, all mems unrestricted, and Elden Ring, all bosses on the GDQ hotfix show. Quote, oops, you died 3 at 1:15 p.m. Pacific. On June 27th. All right. Wonder if everyone will have energy for Mecha Chameleon tomorrow after a hotfix. Energy? Maybe. But we haven't scheduled it, and we don't usually impromptu go, hey guys, let's all Mecha Chameleon right now. Everyone's like, no. Like, I'm always down. I'm absolutely I can spontaneously, if spontaneously somebody says, hey, let's go do something fun right now while we're all together, I'll be like, heck yeah, basically every time. But that, I don't think that's, I think others are more like, no, I need to be told in advance but to have fun. I cannot have fun unless it has been pre-planned in advance. No spontaneous fun allowed. Let's watch the Sekiro trailer right now. Let's do it. Why not? That way when anyone asks, I can say, heck yeah, I saw it. Oh. All right. Then let me close Sekiro for just a second so that we don't have to listen to the background noise. And for this, I can put away live split for the moment. And the keyboard for the moment. All right. Trailer time.
流飲の巫女であられるクロ様は
I need captions. So I need no, that's not Japanese auto generate. No, no. They don't have captions on this? Is this the wrong one? The Japanese one? Is there an English captioned? I mean, I guess I could try the auto translate and see. Okay, I guess auto translate English. Okay, well, close enough, I suppose.
流飲の巫女であられるクロ様は家族も家臣も失い
That went way too fast. Hold on.
流飲の巫女であら
It should be Lord Kuro. Both family and retainers.
れるクロ様は家族も家臣も失い狼殿と二人だけの孤独な主従でおられました。
なあ狼、あの蝶は果たして雲に届くのであろうか。
いずれ
いずれか。この刀で今すぐ私を切ってくれ。
いいな。九郎様の生きる道。石腕の狼、赤炉よ。とも生きて死ぬために。
Okay, well, we didn't get full. Oh, that's it? That's the whole. Okay. That wasn't a whole lot, but it says 9-4. 9-4. So I guess we get an it's a date announcement. 2 months and a bit. Sakura vs. Genny looked sick. I mean, the 0.02 seconds we saw, but I mean, yeah, it's good looking animation. I don't know that told me much new, but that is good looking animation. Oops. That is good looking animation. I don't think that really told me that much new, except I think there was a date at the top. Read description. Oh, I just closed it. Also, how am I going to read the description? It's in Japanese. Nine, 4, 3, I don't... There's probably a way to auto-translate. Whatever. All I need to know is it said 9-4, so I'm just gonna assume that's when it starts, or that's when it releases. Either September 4th or April 9th next year. It should be September 4th, I'm pretty sure. The description just says the staff. Okay. Bold to assume it's not the 9th of April? Not that bold. It's September 4th. Will be screened for 3 weeks. Will be screened for 3 weeks from Friday, September 4th. So in other words, it's 3 episodes. And it starts September 4th and it'll be 1 a week, probably. It's a it's a movie in Japan. I thought it was a series. Oh, it's a movie. Oh. Was I supposed to know that it's a movie? Okay. So it will be screened as a movie 3 weeks from Friday, September 4th. Probably Japan only. I don't know about the US. Ah, that's unfortunate for me. Oh well. Got the Ghibli / Paprika style animation. Beautiful old school hand drawn feeling. Yeah. All right. Oh, let's also get live split back on the screen. Let's get my keyboard back on the screen. And this time I will try just fly to Japan. Yeah, just to see it. Yeah. Impromptu. You all thought that? Don't worry. Probably be available on Crunchyroll later. I think so. I thought a previous trailer was like posted by Crunchyroll or something. That like it was specifically in some sort of conjunction with Crunchyroll. You guys don't need the intro explained. Everybody knows. You try to get that guy startled on the right, and he was startled, so his first shot happens very late, which means I don't have to do anything extra to go to Kuro. I just jump straight there, and he shouldn't turn around. There's a small chance I get shot, but very unlikely. I jump into the window, which activates the cutscene without me having to grab it and pull myself up. Because I have subtitles off, as soon as I get the healing gourd, I can skip the rest of the dialogue, and it will count as having completed all the dialogue, even though I skipped it, which only works if the subtitles are off. I also did a grapple glitch there, where if you're hanging on a ledge and you press, in my case, crouch and grapple at the same time, you can get a grapple even though I don't have the grapple yet. My arm hasn't been cut off. I've got a full arm and a grapple. Grabbed a fistful of ash that I'll need for later. Almost really botched saying that. Japan's only a 9-hour flight from West Coast, right? Maybe. I thought I remembered it more like 12 hours, but I don't recall. A fishful. Alright, classic tutorial boss. Faster to die as fast as possible. If I look down at just the right time, I can get him to kind of teleport towards me. I didn't get it that time. Because enemies behave differently when you're looking at them versus when you're not. So, if you can get him to do some sort of specific action as you're looking away from him, then he can sometimes just teleport closer to you, like the dogs in Dark Souls 3. Here we need the shuriken. It's going to help us activate one of the major glitches in the run we'll be doing. As well as, it's just nice to have a ranged weapon. There are a few times where hitting something from ranged is nice. Yo, Tommy! Yo, thank you for the sub. Welcome back to the bunch.
I'm back at Sekiro.
That's
Matter
right.
of fact, I'll not play any other game anymore.
True.
Sekiro for the remainder of 2026.
And 2027 and 2028. Then I'm going to get canceled for 2029, so I won't be playing anything. But then on my grand return back in 2030, it's all Sekiro, baby. Okay. Second try ogre skip, not too bad. That is a frame-perfect input to get that jump while running. And then from there, you have to immediately start holding back to the left to curve around the wall and just barely make it with a wall jump to the other side. There is another frame-perfect jump that I can try to do here, the double canyon skip. I can give it one try, but if I don't get it, it's really not worth it to try over and over again. Only saves 7 seconds, if I get it right. Did not get it. Okay, so I can still do the single canyon skip here. By jumping off of that icicle, you can make it across without having to shimmy along and, like, sneak, which is what the intended strat is. Then if I just run fast enough, the snake can't hit me. Can speedrun Sekiro in 30 to 40 minutes. I wonder how they're going to stretch it to a 2 to 3 hour movie. So true. Have that and a lot of filler, like talking to characters. Nobody does that. So I love how fast the game is compared to Dark Souls. Yeah, I love the speed of Sekiro. All right, here we're going to try to do a skip to get out of bounds of the arena for Gyobu. By jumping up on top of this tower. Oh, missed it. I'm going to quit out to try again. If he comes over, he can break the tower, and then I don't get to try again pretty much at all. So I could have tried one more time, but I think it's a bit safer to just quit out, reset it, and then go again. Because as long as I run in the correct way at the start, he will never break the tower immediately. I pretty much just have to stay far enough away from him that I don't trigger an immediate melee attack. There we go. Right, now I really, really need him to fall because he is one of the memories for the all memories category. So once I grab this Akko's sugar, I'm just gonna look back and double check. Sure looks like he's about to fall. But just kidding, he's flying! Whoa! Until I move on. If you stand exactly on that platform there, for some reason he gains the ability to fly. But as soon as you move off of the platform, he starts falling, hits a death plane, dies, gives us our first memory. 1 memory down out of 13 that we need to gather. Being a movie is great for me, though. Animation quality tends to be better for movies. No, I agree. It's just unfortunate that it's in Japan only, or that it's going to be releasing in Japan only for its debut. Sorry, but why would it be Sword Saint Ishin because of SGDQ? Huh? What would what be Sword Saint Ishin? Okay, so now we went back. We equipped our shuriken, because you have to do that from the sculptor. We also got the ability to get skills. We got a skill book that lets us get skills. All that's going to be important for what we're about to do right now. Oops, forgot to equip it. Memory duplication. Oh, you are... This may not work, but we'll see. So what I need to do is I need to get an enemy... Oh, this is... Yeah, I just need to rest and redo this. They are not gonna work out for this. There we go. Just want the dog. Need to get an enemy that I can deathblow while close enough to the idol that during the ending of the deathblow animation, I can start using the idol, but doing this, because I was in the middle of a death blow, it can't actually make me sit down. Oh, we got unlucky. If an enemy wanders too close to the idol like this, it also breaks it. We're getting very unlucky. There's just nothing you can do about that if it happens. Okay, let's see if this time we don't get so unlucky. Okay. So because I can't sit down while I'm selecting the idol. Instead, I can walk around with the idol menu up. This lets me walk out of range of the idol with it up. Then when I select an option from the idol while out of range, the idol can't actually do that thing. It can't actually use my memory up. So instead, it's now queued up, so the next time I go into that idol, it will use the memory. So that's what I've done so far. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on a second idol. So once again, we're going to try to get a dog to attack us while we're in range of the idol. Oh, for some reason it didn't give me the death blow there. That's fine. We can go again. Okay, that was weird. Darn, wasn't quite facing it enough. Have to try it again. Man, these are really weird and unlucky things that are happening. As soon as I start trying to explain it. No, the dog has to be far enough away that I can death blow it while facing the idol. Come on. That should work. Okay. So now I've got a second one where I can move while using this idol. So what I'm going to do for this one is get out of range of it as well, but instead of selecting another memory, I'm going to select rest. So now the first idol has queued up a memory, but the second idol that I've used more recently has queued up a rest. What this is going to do is it's going to cause it so when I go back in range of the first idol, it's going to use a memory, but instead of using the regular memory that it was selected, it's going to use a different memory instead, the remnant for Lady Butterfly. This is because the second idol, when I selected rest, changed the pointer of basically what option in the menu to select. So the first one says I should definitely use a memory, but the second one says you should point to the top option, and the top option for memories was actually Lady Butterfly. Now I pointed it to the second option, that's folding screen monkeys. So once again, I'm going to use another memory, go back, now I'm going to point it to the fourth option. Go back, it says use the memory, the fourth option memory is Owl Father. Tell it use a memory again while out of range, go back over here, change the pointer to say use the second to last option. Go back to this one, which says use a memory, second to last option is the Demon of Hatred. Tell it use a memory again, go back, change the pointer one last time, tell it use the last option. And the last option is Headless Ape, the second ape. Now that I've done all the extra memory dupes that I can do at this double idol, I'm going to actually use the memory for Gyobu, and I'm already at an attack power of 7. In other words, I have already used 6 memories, because you start at 1 attack power, after having only killed 1 boss. It's actually the right way to play the game, by the way. Yes. You guys know the whole corner cheese on Genny. I don't need to explain this part. This is also how you do Genny. Yeah, perfectly intended. That was a bad idea. I don't have any Mikiri counter. That was slow. I was thinking about the Genny at the end of the game where you do deflect that, but that's a different Genny. Or when I find a piece of cheese in the corner. Yeah. Like this Genny cheese you do? So funny watching me helplessly stuck there. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I jump at the right time and the right angle, I can get a slightly faster cutscene skip here. Didn't get it. But another memory. We are now up to 7 out of the 13 memories. Over halfway done. No, I am not doing Sekiro at GDQ. I'm doing Sekiro for a GDQ hotfix. That is their daily online shows. Alright, there I buy a Dragon's Blood Droplet and Contact Medicine. The Contact Medicine, very strictly important for another memory duplication we're going to do at the end, as well as another grapple swap glitch that we're going to get to later. The Dragon's Blood Droplet is so that I can revive multiple times. We'll get to that when we get to it. The dying and reviving is going to be important for later. That's all you need to know right now. So now we're going to try to skip the Shichiman Warrior by jumping up here and then intentionally dying. I die right now because I need to die in order to activate my ability to resurrect. You might think, okay, obviously you have to die before you can resurrect. But I mean, literally, there are times where you can die where you aren't able to resurrect. So I have to die in a way that does allow me to resurrect first in order to unlock the literal resurrection nodes that appear above my character's health. That should be 86, I think. Otherwise, later I won't be able to use those resurrection nodes. In addition to... Oh yeah, just a little cheese on Snake Eyes as well. We do a little turning around while attacking her so that she can't block. The other benefit of dying is when you revive at half health, which is good for me because I would like to get to 0 health.
Just here to say good luck in your endeavors.
Oh, thank you. The reason I would like to get to 0 health is because I'm going to use the Contact Medicine to die at a particular time to activate a glitch. So, if my health is low, I can activate that much faster than if my health is high and I would have to wait for the poison to tick a lot. That's also why I did a very specific drop down next to Snake Eyes in order to take enough fall damage so that I can also die quickly. Here, I'm equipping all of those items that I talked about. Why Mortal Draw instead of Mortal Paint? Paintbrushes hadn't been invented yet, obviously. Alright, here I'm actually going to eat my first Contact Medicine. Because right now I have 86 health before I ate that Contact Medicine. And a Contact Medicine in total does 80 damage. So that's going to leave me at 6 health at the end of it. And each tick of contact damage does exactly 3 health worth. So later, I know that when I drink my Contact Medicine in the future, or eat it, or whatever you do with Contact Medicine, it will take exactly 3 ticks to kill me, so I know exactly when I will die from it. Hardest boss in the run done. Yippee! You are so good at this game? Question mark? Am I? Question mark? Yippee! Alright, now we head up to the Corrupted Monk. If you've seen speedruns before, you'll know exactly what's about to happen here. We're about to instant kill the monk. By going around the outside, you can enter from behind the monk where she actually won't see you at all. And then by using some items, each time that she gets hit with an item, she backs up slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because we are still in stealth, she still has never seen us, and we back her up close enough to that tombstone, we can jump off of it to get an aerial stealth death blow. Very weird interaction where even though we are literally damaging her with items, she just doesn't know that we're there. She never turns to face us or anything, so we can do a stealth death blow that definitely should not work. Because of that. Okay, I think I go from about here. So now I'm setting up for the next glitch. I need to swap my shuriken to a different spot and quit out. The reason I need to quit out is because it resets my default position. And the reason I need to swap my shuriken is so that I can actually swap to my shuriken. So if I have it equipped currently and I pressed swap prosthetic, nothing would happen because it's my only one. But if I move it to a different slot, then I can swap from no prosthetic into the shuriken. And this is all necessary because I need to use this to grapple at the same time as I prosthetic and die with the contact medicine. Let's see if I get it. Drink the contact medicine. Grapple swap. Looks like we got it. Ah, landed in bounds. That was the idea. Whenever you grapple right after having quit out and you swap your prosthetic, you go back to the default position for the area, which is way over there, and the goal was to land in the water but out of bounds on the other side of those rocks on either side, but unfortunately I landed inbound, so I'll have to do it again. I will have commentary, but I'm going to also be talking. It'll be me talking and commentary helping me to, you know, explain things and all that. Okay, so now I'm going to need to use a different health setup. I'm going to use this guy because he is conveniently right here. So I need to get him to hit me twice. Then I need to heal. Then I need him to get me twice more. Alright, kill him so he's not going to mess up our setup. And now we're going to have to use a different setup. So I'm going to need to go to a different spot. Looks good. Once again, swap my shuriken. And we're going to try it again from a different spot. This time, our health is a little bit higher, so it's going to take more ticks of the contact medicine. So I have a specific set of buffered inputs that should make it so that I jump at the right time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Looks good. Out of bounds. There we go. Through the rock just on the other side. And now we can dive. And if you start diving in water while you're out of bounds, you can actually just keep swimming. So normally when you're in bounds, you are confined by the bounds, right? You can only swim within that water because there's like rocks underneath that won't let you swim out. But if you're out of bounds, there's nothing to stop you. You can just keep swimming. Here, I load the next area. I can tell because the sky changes, and then I'm going to see the rope thing, and then I swim a little bit closer to it to make sure I'm close enough that the area loads, and then I quit out. This is going to load Fountainhead Palace because this is supposed to teleport you to Fountainhead Palace. So Fountainhead Palace is over there, and so now I can just swim at it because Fountainhead Palace is loaded. Even though it's very far away, it loads when you get into this area, so that way it makes it faster when you use the rope guy to go to Fountainhead Palace as a teleport. It doesn't have to reload the whole area. The way that I know that I'm going in the right direction is in the bottom right of my screen. There's this white, like, smudge in the sky. I don't know what it is. I don't know why there's a white smudge in the sky, but there's a white smudge in the sky that I can use to guide my way. If I keep it in the bottom right corner of my screen, then I know I'm going the right direction. Just keep swimming. Is this why you use keyboard and mouse? No, I use keyboard and mouse because I like it. But it does help for things, yeah. Smudge. All right, here, you can see the area's like kind of loaded, like it looks a little weird. We're gonna try to surface in water. Since I'm currently swimming, if I can find some out of bounds water to surface at, should be one right above me here. There we go. Now the area is loaded properly. I'm still out of bounds, so I can still use the air swimming. Oop, if I can find my way out, there we go. I can still use the air swimming to go up. But now the area is fully loaded, so I can go back inbounds and surface in the water inbounds. And there we go. I have now made it all the way to Fountainhead Palace. All right. Hope you liked that air swim, because we're doing another one. You can literally play this game blindfolded, you need no guide. Well, that's not true. You need guides while blindfolded as well. All right, here we're going to activate the air swimming by going out of bounds here by just going through the wall. That wall is just like not entirely solid because it normally doesn't need to be, but with a very precise jump, you can get out of bounds, find an out of bounds pool of water, start air swimming again. This time we're kind of under the ground with our air swimming. We're going to load the next area by swimming under this idol that loads this area. Now we're basically in the abandoned dungeon. I'm going to go right here. There's a pool of water you can't see, but when I swim up through it, now it loads in. Going to swim right by this rock to load the next area with the elevator. Going to swim right up next to the elevator like this, and then quit out. We're quitting out by the elevator from the dungeon up to Senpo Temple, so that's going to load Senpo Temple, because obviously as you're riding the elevator, you want the next area to be loaded. 4, 5. And there we go. Senpo Temple is now fully loaded, and now I just swim through, and we try to find a body of water to surface at to get back in bounds. Luckily, there is this nice body of water here at Senpo Temple. So I can use this to surface. Puts me back out of the swimming state, back to normal running. And we are very close to the folding screen monkeys. Now here, we have actually killed Genichiro, but I haven't talked to Ishin. You can't actually fight the monkeys unless you talk to Ishin, and that's very, very slow. I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm going to skip fighting them and just go to where the prize is at the end. The Mortal Blade. I just have to get out of bounds with a very precise set of jumps. Oh, we were so close. I just need to make it onto that roof there. It's once again a frame-perfect jump in order to keep running while jumping. So not like that. You can see on that one I got kind of stuck on the edge of the branch. Not like that. I didn't get a jump at all. But if you do it just the right frame. Plate. There we go. Oh, so close. You then also need to be basically angle perfect on your jump towards the wall and basically angle perfect on your wall jump in order to just barely make it. So it does sometimes take a few tries. Oh, a little early. I was a little early on the jump. The angles were pretty good, but I was a little early on the wall jump. That should do it. Nice. And now that we're out of bounds, we jump over here, and now we're in the Sanctum. This is where you normally only get to after killing the folding screen monkeys, but We were able to get there and claim the prize. The Mortal Blade. This is not only a super powerful item, it gives us a powerful combat art, but also is required in order to defeat the Divine Dragon. Which is where we're headed next. This one looks so difficult. It is. It's very, very difficult. Divine Dragon, we're gonna kill more or less normally. The only thing special we're gonna do is we're gonna use the Mortal Blade in order to hit it. Normally, it's supposed to be kind of like a slow, almost puzzle boss. You're supposed to wait for lightning and then throw the lightning at it. But that's slow. So we're gonna use a few lightnings, and then we're also going to try to just hit it with our Mortal Blade. Alright, phase 1 is pretty normal. We just kill these divine dragons of the tree. Or old dragons of the tree, I guess. Once the tree branch appears, you can jump on it in order to do this big swirly attack that takes out a lot at once. I'm going to try to let a few more spawn. And then hopefully take out all the rest all at once. That one's a little far, though. I don't know if it's going to be able to happen. Yeah, I thought that one would be a little too far. That's okay. One last extra one to kill. Nice. Pop the Yash Sugar, which gives us extra damage at the cost of having our maximum life. Throw the first lightning at it, and then try to get it to do a good move while we're close to it. Not my preferred move, but this does work. Lightning over there. Oh. Right, we need one more hit. Oh, not if our Yash runs out. We needed 2 more hits. That'll do. Alright, now it's just, you have to wait until it gives you the final attack that lets you finish it off. Just a forced waiting phase. Bit of an auto-scroller. Very unfortunate for speedruns, you know. Speedrunner's worst nightmare. Waiting. At the end as well, it's fine to die here, because I just have to wait through his final attacks. But, you know, it's a little cooler to dodge them all anyway. And here we get the tears and our second to last boss kill of the run, and another memory that we're going to use to duplicate more memories, because we don't quite have all of them yet. We are at 7, 8, I think we have 9 now. Yeah, we have 9 at the moment. So we're going to need to duplicate 3 more, which will get us to 12, and then defeat the final boss for the 13th. So, in order to do this duplication, I'm going to head back to the dilapidated temple. This one is a lot more complicated than the last one. The last one kind of maybe hopefully made sense with the 2 idols. Here, we're basically going to do the same thing. But In order to activate the idol, I need an enemy that I can death blow near it. So I'm going to use the training dummy guy, Hanbei. And to do that, he's immortal. I just have to push him over with a bunch of attacks that slowly move him towards the idol. Yo, what up, Stormhammer? Shadow really dies more than twice. You know, he must not be a Shadow because he's dying so many times. Oh. I'm doing good. All right, almost enough. Maybe this next death blow will be close enough. Looks like it. There we go. We activate it. Once again, we tell it, okay, I would like to queue up using a memory, just like last time. You walk far enough away that it can't use the memory right away, but once you walk back in range, it will. And then we're going to drink another contact medicine right away. Have you seen update 3.0 of Convergence? Yeah, played through the whole thing. Okay, so let me try to start explaining this while I'm doing it. But basically, in order to swap the pointer for which memory should be used, last time we used another idol. Whoops, need to do 2 splats. But this time, there's no real convenient set of 2 idols to do it on, and we actually need to change it to different pointers than what an idol can point to. So I'm going to use Emma's dialogue instead. Emma is a menu when you talk to her, just like an idol is, so I can change what it's pointing at. So I can talk to Emma, select give drink, and that will point to a different pointer value in the memory. But then in order to interrupt it, in order to keep it where that is the buffered one, I need to die in the middle of talking to her. If it goes back to the menu, it clears the pointer. If I exit out of that, it clears the pointer. So I need to die in the middle of talking to her. That's what the contact medicine is for. Keeps the pointer at the right spot so that when I go back, it now points to the owl memory. Peak game, that's right. Here now, we're once again using a health setup. I'm using a Yashiriku sugar to have my maximum health. I'm resting in order to get my revive back. I'm waiting until my maximum health goes back to full, so that way when I splat, it takes out more of my health. And I'm using a contact medicine so that I'll die right as I talk to Emma again. This time, Ishin's parting words, again, points to a different value in the memory. You can't just call people menus, but she is. Gives me the True Monk memory, which I skipped by air swimming to Fountainhead. And one last time, we get out of range, but this time we're going to use Hanbei as our last menu. We're going to talk to him. We're also going to use him for our health setup. We're going to let him hit us. And then when he stands back up, we're going to start drinking our contact medicine. So we can use him as the final menu for our final memory duplication. We talk to him. Interrupted by dying. That sets our memory pointer correctly. And back in range. Our final duplication is Guardian Ape. We finally use our Divine Dragon memory. That gets us to 12 of the 13, and now all that's left is to kill Sword Saint Ishin for the 13th and final memory. Gotta have for food, but best of luck. Yo, thank you, Chrono Gem. Just for a little bit of speed, and instead of walking to Ishin, slow. We're going to use one final air swim to get to Ishin, even though he's not very far away. Like, this is where you are supposed to be normally when you head to Ishin. We go out of bounds there, to this out of bounds water. Swim actually this way to load the next area, which is the opposite of the way we actually want to go. Turn back around. Swim over here, quit out at this wall. And that will load the final fight area, and then we can just swim into the cutscene trigger. Why does Twitch think that 26 seconds is low latency? Is there a VOD with you playing Convergence? There's many. If you look in the VODs, you'll see a whole bunch of them. Alright, now I just have to basically fight the final fights pretty normally, pretty as is. Pretty much the same way you'd fight them if you were doing a regular glitchless speedrun. Unfortunately, we got the very slow attack from Genny. Very slow attacks from Ishin so far as well. Good. Good end at least. Use another Yash Sugar to keep doing more damage. Jumping Mortal Draw for big damage. Unfortunately, he didn't give us a lightning. There we go. And there we go. Final fight. Cinema. No double death blow attempt. It's not really worth attempting at all. In this category, it takes time in order to get Vault Over, the skill that you need to try it. It takes time to Vault Over. And the amount of time that it saves is very small because we have so many memories. So you lose a lot of time to try to save a little time, with it also being really hard and really inconsistent. So you have a very small chance to save a bit of time and a very large chance to lose a lot of time. So it's not a great gamble. And time. And just to double check, we can check that we have 13 distinct memories. Because if you accidentally duplicated the wrong thing and you have multiple of the same memory, that would not count for the category. So let's check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. There we go. All the memories that you could normally get in a single playthrough of Sekiro. Technically, using this glitch, it is possible to get one extra memory. And technically, there are memories also from the inner bosses that you get from unlocking the gauntlets. But for a regular single playthrough of Sekiro, that is all 13 memories you can get. Yippee! You call him Sekiro or Wolf? Sekiro. Yo, what up, Christian? Yippee! Let me see what that was real time. Pair against real time. 4250. Okay. That's alright. This category do be taking a lot of time if anything goes even slightly wrong. But that's fine, I think. I know the runners after me. They won't mind if I'm a little late. Why are we yippee? Because we just finished a run. Why would we not yippee? NDK man, personally, I have more than 13 memories of this game. That's impossible. You can only have 13 memories. That's the maximum number. Sekiro only has 13 big bosses. Yeah. 14, technically, if you count the alternate ending. Yeah. But, I mean, depends on what you mean by big bosses. Every boss is kind of a big boss, but 13 memory bosses, yes. In a single playthrough. I mean, Elden Ring, which is a gigantic game, has 7 Great Rune bosses and, like, 17 Remnant bosses, something like that. Oh, now with the DLC, it's probably over 20 Remnant bosses, or, Remembrance bosses, but I think base game Elden Ring, for as large as it is, has under 20 Remembrance bosses. So, like, the ratio of major bosses in Sekiro is much higher than Elden Ring. I've also died more than twice in the game, not to brag or anything. No, I'm sorry, that, again, that's just not possible. You can only die twice. Have you tried speedrunning Kazan? I have not. It looked kind of boring when I looked at it. I thought about speedrunning Kazan. But the leaderboard, I want to see if the leaderboard for it still sucks. Let me see. The first Berserker, Kazan. No. They fixed up the leaderboard enough. It's still kind of bad-ish, but it's fine. The leaderboard right now for Kazan looks like this, where it's got a lot of options, but at least there are some people who have done it. Oh. Okay, this is how you know a game does not have speedrunners. If there are people playing on console, that is how you know a game does not have speedrunners. Well, this is... See, the problem is, there's no, like, definitive, like, oh, this is the way that people speedrun Kazan. It's like, oh, what do you want? Full game or individual levels? Oh, you know, oh, I want to do individual levels. And then you have to search for the level you want. Like, what the... That's a little wild already. But okay, let's say, no, I want the full game. I want the full game. But then within full game, would you like the full game? Would you like the regions? So then you have individual speedruns for individual regions. Well, I don't know why. And then... Or boss fights, or main bosses, or veiled knives, which I think is like the roguelike mode they added or whatever. But let's say, no, I want full game. I just want the regular speedrun. Okay. Would you like any percent, glitchless, or 100%? Which technically this shouldn't be any percent if it's just glitches allowed. It should be with glitches or whatever. Glitchless or 100%. I guess that works, but then it should also be 100% or glitchless. Whatever. It's fine enough. Okay, but then we'll also select the difficulty. But then also, would you like it to be New Game or New Game Plus? Or would you like it to be done at level 1? And then also, would you like it PC or console? And there's just like so many drop downs and changing things that it's just hard to, like, if you know exactly what you want to look for, yeah, I can find exactly what I want to look for, but there's no just like well presenting, this is the thing people speedrun, right? Whereas like for Sekiro, yeah, there's a good number of like categories, but then in those categories, it's just, what do you want, glitches or no, and what do you want, PC or console? It's not, oh, you want full game, but then also this, but then also difficulty, but then also game state, but then also hardware. Like, it's just so many that it splits the category up even more. It used to be that all the levels were listed out individually, and full game was only like listed as like one of the levels, and like it was even worse. It was even harder to. But anyway. But yeah, you can see if you go to Sekiro, it's like, oh wow, you know, I have found a category that people run, which is pretty cool. All that is to say, that has kind of only a little to do with why I didn't speedrun Kazan. It was mostly because I actually watched the runs at the time, and it just looked like they were just playing the game, and I was like, that looks fine. But I like when it's like really cool stuff happening, really different stuff happening, rather than just you kind of play the game and then it's like, okay, that looked really boring. Learn more about your Twitch issues. Not reached any great solutions yet. If you have a Twitch stream on your 1080p 60Hz second monitor, it stutters if I have hardware acceleration enabled on Chrome. If I put it on my primary 4K 144Hz monitors, it stutters if I have hardware acceleration disabled. Weird. That is weird. Worm Dogs category. They're all Worm Dogs category. IL for a game that doesn't have a built-in timer is kind of weird. Kinda, but whatever. If that's what people like to do, then whatever, it's fine. It's just there are so many categories. It's hard to be centralized in, like, if you were a Kazan runner, what would be the most impressive what would be the category that everyone does, that brings everyone together? It's like, this is the category. There just isn't one for Kazan. It's just all separated. So you're not really doing a lot of like competing in Kazan as much as just doing something in Kazan that other people probably haven't done. So anyway, another run. Ah. Got spotted, have to look down. Also, that last run trying to explain everything, there was so much that I was like, I should say this. I don't have time to say this. I need to just talk about the most important stuff. It is so hard to describe this category. No, we turned. Talk faster. True. Haven't seen speedruns of it. Kazan also has the RNG with the gear abilities. Yep. I was like, they'd be annoying in a speedrun. I could see that. The thing is, like, I don't think it ever got enough runners to have strategies that rely on specific, like... Oh. We're fine? That was weird, though. I don't think it got, like, advanced enough tech where it's like, oh, you only get the one cycle if you have these exact pieces of gear. Like, I don't know that it got to that point. I could have been the person to try to make it to that point, but eh. I feel like I do best when there's kind of a generally established route and then I make optimizations on it rather than me trying to come up with something completely from scratch. I'm more of a details guy than a big picture guy when it comes to speedruns. Such a long game too, which makes that tricky for a lot of runners. Yeah, because I think we saw that the fastest runs were still like 2 hours. 2 hours for an any percent with glitches is absurdly long. So it's also hard to, yeah, make something like that work. Not that long. I mean, it's pretty long. Nice. First try. What about Wukong? What are my thoughts on that game to speedrun? Kind of similar. I also didn't particularly feel like speedrunning Wukong. The any percent at least had cool glitches and stuff, but it had like it had the type of glitch that should have made the game into like a 20-minute run, because you can literally just like fly past all the levels and be invulnerable and infinitely spam skills to kill bosses super quickly, and I'm like, oh, that's all cool enough, like I'm kind of down for that. And it still ended up being like, I don't remember, like 40 minutes or an hour long or something, even with these glitches that let you skip everything. And I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that for like an hour. And then I think the glitchless run was like 3 hours, and I was like, that's too long. I'm not doing that. So none of the categories really appealed to me. They were just a bit too long with how it was, I felt like. Maybe that has changed now. Maybe now the record is down to like 20 minutes or something, and maybe now it would be a fun speed run, but is Unreal Engine 5 very limited in terms of glitches? Depends on the game. I don't think the engine in particular can stop glitches necessarily. There are some games that have engine glitches, but most games have specific glitches. So, for example, in order to optimize the game, devs will make a wall only, 10 feet high, even though it looks like it's 50 feet high, because, well, characters can only jump 6 feet high, so there's no real reason to make the rest of it. Okay, he turned, so good thing I'm going to stay here and watch him. We're going to watch him fly a little to make sure he falls. Fly, Gyobu, fly! But, then you just find a way to boost your character a little bit higher. And now all of a sudden that 10-foot wall that was supposed to be 50 feet tall, but is only 10 feet, is like, oh, we can get over that. Oh, and since I can get over that only 10-foot wall, now I can get out of bounds. And now that I can get out of bounds, I can go right to where the end of the level trigger is. And now I've skipped the whole level type of thing. Just want the Wukong DLC to come out already. Oh, it's getting a DLC? Weird after all this time, but I guess to promote their new game they're making. Apart from Sekiro, it's my favorite game to speedrun. That's a good question. Maybe Lies of P? Lies of P was pretty good. Going 90% glitchless is 2 hours and 31 minutes. Unrestricted is 46 minutes. And true ending is 2 hours and 1 minute. Yep, that sounds about right for what I remember. Just a bit long. Just a bit long. Bits for good luck, yo. Thank you. Just a bit long for me. Oh, the dog interrupted my deflects. Actually got the good combo. But bad luck on the dog. No, dog, you have to come over here. Dog. No, over here. There we go. So how does this work? I did a whole explanation in the last run, but... You activate a glitch so that you can walk while using idols. By taking a death blow from the dogs in this case. So that while you're still death blowing the dog, you activate the idol. So you can't sit down because you're in the middle of death blowing the dog, but you activate the idol anyway. So now you're just allowed to move while you use it. Then you get out of range so you can queue up actions at the idol. So at one idol, I queue up the action of using a memory. At the other idol, I queue up a different action. And that different action doesn't replace the first idol saying I'm supposed to use a memory. What it does replace is the pointer to which memory gets used. So when I select rest, it says, ah, got it. I should do the first thing in the menu. But since the other one says use a memory, it kind of combines the two and says, got it. I will use the first memory in the menu, which is not Gyobu's memory, the one that I have. So it uses a different memory because one queued up using a memory and the other queued up which menu action to take. That's awesome. Yeah. And then you just kind of repeat until you have all the different options that you can get from an idle menu. So explaining it all over again. You're welcome. Now, Holm would probably say, actually, Mitch, that's not technically correct. The way that it works is this, but like, it's close enough for the layman understanding. I'm not a lame man. I'm sorry, but you are. Still a teacher of things, yep. All right. All right. This next one is fairly self-explanatory for how we're going to skip the Shichiman, but it is very, very precise. You should not be able to stand on this rock, but there's like one tiny little polygon that you can stand on that's flat enough. Right there. Then we intentionally die to activate our resurrection. How you climb rocks in Skyrim. That's how you climb a lot of things in a lot of games. That should be an 86, I think. I'm not entirely confident, but I think I will send it anyway, and I will assume that that was an 86. It should be. Why does the resurrection let you bypass that barrier? Because you exit from boss combat while not on the floor of the arena. So it treats it as though you were outside of Shichiman's arena and got shot by his orbs and killed out there. There shouldn't be a wall up unless you are inside of his arena. And since you are standing somewhere that is not in his arena, or at least, you know, the game says not in the arena because you're up on the ledge above, it puts down the wall. You could also just go around the wall. There is also just an opening in the wall, but we have to die to Shichiman anyway. All right. Equip the stuff. Eat a contact medicine to lower my health. Elbozo, not knowing about the cooldown. If you want to bypass the cooldown, you can use exclamation Y instead of just Y. Why is water wet? Because why wouldn't it be wet? Nice. You could probably visually see what your health is at, but I feel like it'd be so hard to actually tell whether you're at 6 health or 7 health, which are the two options right here. Or what health you could end up at. Because if you get a big enough fall, you end at 6. But if you don't get quite a big enough fall, then you don't take enough fall damage. Ah, missed the timing. I kind of did that incorrectly. Faster to die here. Because all I wanted to do was respawn anyway. And I don't care about the money, and I don't care about the experience. Oh. Didn't know you could get stuck like that. Come on. That should work, and I haven't swapped it, so I can simply quit out as is. Because it's faster. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. I'm taking the greatness of my speedrun for granted. I mean, it's just practice. It's just practice. This is. I don't know about the greatness. We're just practicing and getting better. This is a normal day, just hanging out and speedrunning. A little bit of tomfoolery. Is there a backup if the strict goes really bad at GDQ, or is it consistent enough? I can just load a save at that point. You know where I just quit out there in order to load the area? I could load a save that just is at that point and has the area loaded, and I could just say, so it's supposed to do this, whatever. But more than likely, within a few tries, I'll be able to get it, and it won't be that big of a deal. But yes, I do have a save at every spot so that if everything goes really wrong, we will still be fine. Nice. Sekiro's gonna be back in GDQ. Well, Sekiro is just in the Hotfix, which is just the daily show. Sekiro is in the hotfix relatively often. Will not be in the big marathon this year. For the winter marathon, if I really want to get Sekiro in, I could probably relearn Blindfolded and all the new tricks and stuff that's done for Blindfolded, but let me tell you, that was tough when we did it before. It's tough mentally on just like being sensory deprived. That's what I wanted to say. For like over an hour for a run. It's just tough. You can get the world record? I don't know. Not anytime soon, I can tell you that. It's not currently calling to me to get the world record. I mean, I had the world record in this category. I was the first person to make all the duplications route work, and I got the world record with it. It's just been taken back, and I don't feel like constantly being in a never-ending battle to keep a world record that I'm, like, not that excited. Like, it's cool that I got the world record. Like, I'm really happy that I got the world record. That was my goal. It's like, yes, I want to get the world record. And I did. But my goal is not to have the world record forever. Like, that's a Wormdog thing. Wormdog can try to fight for every single millisecond that he can to bring the record down if he wants. That's just not really the way that I do it. I like big milestones. I like when new stuff is found. I do like fighting for it when it's like, hey, gold did the monkey skip. When it's like we've got, you know, something cool to fight for, but in general, just grind. Those days are a little behind me. I like doing a little more variety of stuff. Unless a new game comes out that I really like, and then I'm totally down to grind for months again. If like, I find a new category that really excites me. It's just, it's a little bit of been there, done that for Sekiro. I loved my time grinding Sekiro, but I have already done that a lot. And I don't want to be stuck only ever grinding Sekiro and never getting to move on to other things that excite me more at the moment. How about more uploads? There is an upload that should be in the next few days. I just have to get the finalized version back from my editor and make the finishing touches to thumbnail and title. And then we've got a video ready to go. How does Sekiro rank in my Souls games? Top, number one. Easily number one. Gone for the Mario 64 120-star world record, one of the most contested world records of all time. I mean, not for the world record, I wouldn't. But I think it'd be fun to learn that category and speedrun it and try to get a solid time. Am I saying I'm actually going to do that and put in the time? I don't know. It's tough to commit that much time. That would be a very long project, but it would be cool. It'd be fun. You can hit the dragon? Heck yeah. You can hit him in the neck or the arm. What are your thoughts on Bloodborne? I haven't played it because it's not on PC. I will play it once Sony officially releases it on PC, which will surely be any day now. Gonna watch the Sekiro anime? New trailer dropped. I will, absolutely. Apparently, though, it's only going to initially release in Japan, supposedly. Not in the US right away, so... Might be a bit till I can actually watch it, potentially. It's a crime they don't release it on PC, yep. Aren't there unofficial ports? I mean, there's emulation. Not exactly the same thing as a port, but it is playable on PC if you use emulation, yes. And I've heard it actually works quite well. Kind of decomp project being worked on too, I think. I don't know how that would differ from emulation. I don't know what that means necessarily. Like, I'm not worried about it not running well or anything. I'm sure I could have a grand old time playing Bloodborne on emulator. I think it would be really cool to play it officially on PC. I'm holding off on having a great experience because I feel like maybe I could have an amazing experience in the future instead. Did you do a sneaky stream? I lost my heckin' watch streak. I mean, it was announced in the Discord. Surely you can get it back by, watching clips from the stream you missed or whatever, right? Does that hates chat, true. Did you really do more Sekiro mods? There's a cool Genichiro mod you found. I want to do at some point Long May the Shadows Reflect. Even though it kind of looks terrible, but like that's kind of why I want to do it. Imagine not being in the Discord with stream notifications on. True. This is where Mitch uses Emma as a menu. Yes. It's not my fault FromSoft programmed Emma as a menu. It never gives me the good jump there, for some reason. It doesn't really matter, because I just have to wait at the end anyway, but... And you girl has a name? Yo, what up, Michael? Talks to a girl, dies. Tries to talk to a girl again, dies again. Relatable.
そこも見事召喚そこもとよ
Gold. Let's forward on that one. He's dying of cringe. My Twitch has way more traction. Yeah, that's because I don't do enough with my YouTube. I'm one of the only streamers I know that has gotten pretty big on Twitch alone. Pretty much everybody gets big on YouTube, and that causes them to get big on Twitch. But I have stayed small on YouTube and just grown on Twitch. Well, not small, but like, you know, smaller than my Twitch. Dies of frames. We don't have dies of cringe, but we have dies of frames. Because streaming takes no effort, whereas making YouTube videos... Oh, not the instant flurry. Oh, that's so bad. What? I jumped. Okay, well, that sucks. Is there a restricted category for all memories with memory dupe glitch? Well, restricted is just the category without the duping. It's actually fighting all the memory bosses, but with glitches. You can still air swim. You can still do all of that. But if you dupe, it doesn't count. It doesn't count as getting the memory in restricted. Well, that is super unfortunate, because the only reason that even mattered, aside from losing a little bit of time, is only because Genny gave me the instant flurry that I couldn't get out of because of the time that he used it at. So, hooray, I do love getting triple unlucky. Do memories affect posture attack damage or only HP attack damage? Yep, they affect posture. So my best all memories run? 3258 is my PB, I think. Unless I just didn't save a PB somewhere, which does happen to me sometimes. Onoko. Is double death blow still the most optimal you should fight? For this category, I don't know if it is at all. It should be, but if so, not by much. Hello. All right. Only one submission for this category on Speedrun.com is wild. It's too new. The rules are like being made and double checked. And almost everyone that has run this category so far did it before the category was created, so hasn't submitted their runs from before the category was created. So it is not only one person who has run it, but it is only one run that has been submitted after the category was officially added to the leaderboard and got it verified. The hardest thing right now is that anyone that was a world record, which luckily the one on the leaderboard was not a world record, needs to be double checked to get the world record history right, of when world records were gotten and when the time was lowered. It is also a niche category anyway, yes. All right. Still a solid run.
Hydrate.
42 real time. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, this category is brand new. Like, I think the leaderboard for this opened like a week ago or something. Worm and Holm were running it 2 months ago, and that's when Craig submitted it. He can't have submitted it 2 months ago, because it wasn't even submittable 2 months ago. Pretty sure. Oh, unless he submitted it... No, submitted 2 days ago, verified 1 day ago is the run. It was performed 2 months ago, which is when, you know, a lot of the stuff was happening. But he had to submit it after the leaderboards opened, which was 2 days ago, is when he submitted it. Yeah, if you click on it, you can see. All right, double check. We have all the memories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Remember speedrun glitch tutorials from 6 years ago? Please, I beg, I need more skips and glitches tutorials. That's... I mean, yeah. I don't know, it's just, it's a lot of time to make a tutorial. So it's hard to make all of the tutorials for all of the things. It just takes so long. All right. Again. How many hours in Sekiro in total? Like 4,000 something? Nice. We probably shouldn't stay up too late, given that our run tomorrow is not exactly early, but, you know, early enough. So maybe, like, maybe just this run. I'm also, I have a hard time falling asleep right away when I've got something the next day. Just the excitement makes it harder to fall asleep. And I don't know if, like, laying in bed for longer, not sleeping, is actually helpful, but I feel like it is, because usually on a day that something exciting is happening, I'm usually rested enough, so I don't know if you're not sleeping, if that means you'd need more time resting, or if it doesn't matter. Is it early for me? It's currently 1 a.m. Good night's sleep equals good rest and consistency. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to get a good night's sleep, but I might get a good night's rest of laying in bed for 3 hours, then finally falling asleep and sleeping for 3 hours. Type thing. It does feel like it's a little easier, I think, to fall asleep if I don't try to fall asleep right after stream, but instead kind of wind down. Oh. Have you ever thought of doing no-hit runs or gauntlets? I have done no-hit runs and gauntlets. Well, I've done no-hit Shura speedruns. No-hit and speedrun. Which I even showed off at Games Done Quick a previous year. Unfortunately got hit 3 times in showing it off, but I mean, in a marathon setting, the nerves, they're tough. They get to you. It happens. And then I attempted to do no-hit Mortal Journey Gauntlet, so the full every boss. Demon Bell, Charmless. Sword only, except it technically doesn't follow Team Hitless's sword only rules, but whatever. And I got it down to, I don't remember if it was 1 hit or 2 hits. It was either 1 or 2 hits. I didn't quite get the full hit list, but I was close. Remember practice for no-hit journey was a GDQ showcase? Nope, that was just because I wanted to. That was just for fun. Hit less, yeah. Massive insomnia, it's currently 4 a.m. I mean, I'm regularly up to 4 a.m. Hey, Double Canyon. If I'd gotten a better ogre skip, this would be a real good start. No-hit Lies of P. That one looked really tough. People were going for the no-hit Lies of P for like months and months before people started getting it. I don't know. The no-hit for Lies of P did not seem built for speed in the same way that Sekiro's was, so No YOLO. He should die anyway, but I'm gonna watch and make sure he does. A lot of enemies in really tight spaces, yeah. He's flying! Nice. Imagine Sekiro with modern boss AI. What do you mean? Sekiro's boss AI is as modern as any FromSoft. Pegasus Glitch, but it's Sekiro. Actually, Pegasus Glitch, but it's Gyobu, actually. That's not even me doing it. That's him that's flying. Hiding on the horse statue with Chris was very funny. Yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of the Mecha Chameleon. 10 out of 10 game. Would do again. Oh, the dog. Are you gonna work? Nope. Yeah. When is the run? When is which run? The hotfix that we're practicing this for is tomorrow. Should still work. If the dog will ever come over here. Dog? He's just barking. What? No way. He just... There you go. Dog! Stop barking and come over here. He is literally all bark and no bite. Oh my... Okay, I'm just gonna rest and redo it because he just won't come over. Come on! He just loses track of me somehow. Okay, wait. This can still work. This can still work. No! He wandered he didn't even chase me. He just wandered over to the idol, which breaks it. If any enemy gets too close to the idol, it just breaks it for no reason. This is so sad.
Have you ever wondered what if Sekiro was a good game that had waifus? May I introduce you to the masterpiece Kwana's Kanagi Usagi, which is also free.
True. Kanagi Usagi is very fun. Because it's just Sekiro. Okay, there we go. Well. Just got unlucky there. There was no mistake made. Just got really unlucky with the enemy AI there. It happens. Nope, that's not correct. You need to come over this way and do the other attack. No, do the other attack. No. Bad dog. There we go. Really, really unlucky start, but it is what it is. All right, that'll do. Could it ever be what it isn't? You know, I think it could be. Whenever they don't think it be like it is, but it do. At 1 p.m. Eastern, playing at 4 a.m. Me? Running at 4 p.m. Eastern. Playing at 4 a.m. Eastern. So playing 12 hours before it starts. But yes, I have submitted Kanagi Usagi. Oh, I forgot. To every major GDQ marathon for the past few years, hoping they'll accept it, because it's a quick little like 10-minute speed run of just doing the whole game, because the whole game is just like 8 boss fights, and that's it. Hell GDQ for not accepting it, right? I also realized I could sell the ceramic shards there to make my menuing later easier. I don't think it would be worth it. But I could. Is it even worth scooping them up? I have to in order to be able to activate the glitch. I don't want to, but I need to hold the interact button in order to activate the glitch while taking the death blow from the dog. And so that scoops up the things. Which would interrupt the glitch, so I scoop them up beforehand so that they won't be on the ground, so that they won't interrupt the glitch. Yeah, ideally, they just wouldn't drop, but, you know, sometimes it happens. Technically, it is possible to do it instead of by holding the button, instead by spamming the button. The problem is if you spam it at all too much and the menu comes up, then you ruin the whole thing by immediately resting. So instead of taking the risk that you press the button one too many times and you rest, instead of just activating it, I would rather just scoop. Take the little bit of time loss, rather than potentially losing a whole lot more. Scooped. Whoops. Supposed to contact medicine as soon as I killed Miss Noble, not after walking. Oopsies. Because you can walk while consuming. Are you breezing through skips like second nature that you struggled with before? Nice. Just takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of remembering how to do it. Once you know the steps for a skip, it's basically like, you know, following a recipe to cook something. Yeah, the first time you follow the recipe, you might forget an ingredient and then be like, oh gosh. You might mix up two steps and do them in the wrong order. You know, like it's gonna happen, but once you've made it a few times, it's not that hard to just follow the recipe to get the right result. And that's pretty much all skips are. Aside from the few that are like frame perfect inputs. Alright, let's see if I can get this skip first try. That looks like inbounds to me. Yep, unfortunate. Alright. Sag, have to do the backup. Okay, that should work. Wait for you to learn the double death blow recipe. Okay, that one's an execution one. That is one of the few execution ones. Very nice. Yo, thanks for the good luck. Oh yeah, Sekiro time. Unrestricted means Jimmy skip, right? It could. It's allowed. In this case, it means memory duplication. It has been decided that duplicating memories only counts as collecting all memories in the unrestricted version. The restricted version, we aren't yet sure if you're allowed to duplicate memories, but they just don't count for beating the category. Like, it would only be for extra attack power. Or if duplicating memories wouldn't be allowed at all. If you did duplicate the memories, I'm not sure that would even help you. Like, I think that would just be slower to set up than the time it would save to have more attack power. Probably, but I don't know. Jimmy Skip is not worth it. I mean, Jimmy Skip is worth it, but not in a category where we have to kill Gyobu, because he's one of the memories. Because Jimmy Skip skips Gyobu. Technically, we don't actually have to kill Yobu. We could duplicate a different memory, but the overall route with Jimmy Skip ends up being slower, so... Which one is Jimmy Skip? It's from the tutorial all the way to Ashina Castle. By jumping on the general's head. That's a bit of an early jump. Still made it, barely. Hold command.
Good luck, Mitch.
Thank you for the good luck. Yeah, so if we found a use for a force quit wrong warp, it would be allowed in this category, but the ones we know of that we've tried have ended up slower. It's possible that we just, you know, tried them out wrong, and it's like, oh, actually, if you routed it this way, it would end up faster, but everything we have tried so far has been slower. Not even slower by a whole lot, but slower enough. Sheesh! First try monkey skip.
ぬこ
Else. Gold. Dream Skip is so insane to watch. Yeah, it's a wild skip. Luckily, health does not matter here. If I get hit by anything, I will die anyway. Oh, just out of range. Oh, unlucky. Oh, mega unlucky. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, is what it is. Sometimes you just lose 30 seconds on Dragon with nothing you can do about it, really. I mean, technically, if I perfected the Yoruka strat, I could have saved the time, but I have tried it and it doesn't work for me, so... With the strats that I have, there was nothing I could do there. But okay, that's Yoruka, though. Yeah, exactly. So you finished. Main character is Ishin. Yo, let's go. You beat Ishin? Huge. Okay, plus 4 minutes. I mean, overall, after the couple of things that have gone wrong, that's not horrible. It ain't great, but that is kind of how it goes. It's like he said he wants to run sure glitchless after he finishes up with all bosses, mini bosses. Oh, nice. Is he trying for world record again? Or is he just trying to get, like, relearn, new PB? Oh, too close. Okay, come on. Get PB. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. The records in this game have gotten pretty ridiculous. Not that I don't think Seki can, but just if he sets to do that, it's going to take him a while. Even as good as he is, it's just not something you can just... Ah, darn. Past the idol. Yeah. Walk back. You jerk. That will work perfectly. There we go. But can Seki row? Hey, got the jump. Sumimasen. As someone who's vaguely followed the dupe glitch, why would you choose to do it twice and not just all at once the first time? You can't do it all at once the first time. You need Emma as a menu, and you need Hanbei as a menu to dupe the ones. You need to dupe specific memories, which comes from specific menu options. The first time, we only have the menu options for 5 of them. Emma gives us 2 more, so 7 of them that we can dupe. Hanbei gives us 1 more, so 8 of them that we can dupe. And then we only have to kill 5 memory bosses, and we dupe 8. But... there we go. That is only if you have the correct ones. That's interesting how that works. Yeah, you need specific menu memory IDs, effectively. It happens that asking about Ishin's parting words from Emma has the same menu ID as the True Monk memory. It's similar to how duping in Dark Souls 1 works. I don't think so, no. It's basically about switching which memory gets used when you use a memory. And as long as you use a memory you don't actually have, it can't remove it from your inventory. Props to whoever ended up finding this. Most of the work goes to Umnik, I believe, found most of the setup stuff. I mean, the original thing that made it work, being able to move while using an idol, was posted to Reddit. So thank you to Redditor that I forget their name. A little bit of a mean Genny, but... I used to know the Redditor's name, because we do have that, like, written down for, like, the world record history. Like, if anybody ever wanted to look back, we know the stuff. What do you mean? I can't even take that lightning because I don't have enough health. I can't even take this lightning because I don't have enough health. That's so unlucky. Guys do really good archiving in the Sekiro community. I think it makes it so much more accessible. Yeah. Mostly Holm. Holm is the one who does the most of the archiving. Holm is great about it. No, if you jump deflect, you do get chip damage. It does not do anything for that. It can be very slightly faster, so I might want to do it because I think it does save a couple frames to deflect the lightning, but it does not do anything about the damage. Yippee! Olm is Giga Chad. Heck yeah. All right, and in real time, a 40-13. I'd be very happy with that. For a marathon run, I'd be quite happy with that. With a category as tough as this. Can you farm 99 attack power with duplicating memories? Yes! And you can do it in under 30 minutes from starting a new game. In fact, if I save my splits here, I can open my 99 attack power splits, because I did that as a little meme speed run. And our PB was 29-21. We were able to get to 99 attack power in 29 minutes and 21 seconds. I thought about making it a little, I don't know, like YouTube short or something. Like, here's how to get 99 attack power in Sekiro in under 30 minutes. What time is my run tomorrow? It is at 1:15 p.m. Pacific. All right, which means I'll want to be up around noon. Because you need to be there by 12:45. I'll want to get up, get ready. So that's in 10 hours and a bit. And I know that I have trouble falling asleep. So I think I'm going to go to bed now, which I know is quite early for me. 1 a.m. Only before 2 a.m. But I think it makes sense since we have a run tomorrow to just take it chill, take it easy. I don't know that there's anything more that we really need to practice for the run. I mean, we could always use more practice for everything, but I'll be asleep, but the rerun will be goated. Let's go. But I think, you know, getting a good night's sleep can help sometimes even more than a little bit of practice. In fact, almost always it will help more than cramming in a little bit of extra practice. So I think we should call it here for the night. Veg. Aha. Don't just post links without without letting us know and asking first. But yes, I think that is a schedule for GDQ hotfix, but in general, don't do that. Let's raid. Yeah, make sure to ask first. Sorry, Cherry Carry, who is doing some Sekiro speedrunning. I believe she's doing Shura Glitchless still. Well, she just says speedrunning, so I'm not 100% sure what route she's doing on this particular day. But thank you all for watching. Have a good night, or morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever in the world you all happen to be. And I'll see you all in 11.5 hours. I think, if I did my math right, 11.5 hours for this run. And then immediately after that is also going to be the all bosses 4 players Elden Ring run. So it's a little back-to-back that we're going to be doing. So, all right. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.